Hello world, you're watching 80s Music Twin Ranked and you're watching possibly our shortest video since the beginning.
Well, maybe, because
There's not much on our band today, which is Jethro Tull.
Yes.
Did we mention Jethro Tull or just have him guess?
I said the next band was has a song about water.
Oh, okay.
So I was talking about Aqualung.
Yes.
And we had just talked about the Beach Boys, where one of their members
Had Aqualung.
drowned. So he was Aqualung.
He had Aqualung.
Yeah.
And more recently, somebody else had Aqualung. Theo on the Cosby Show.
Oh, right. Yeah. Malcolm Jamal Warner died. It was a bad week.
Yes.
Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, who we just did
Chuck
2
Mangione.
months ago.
Chuck Mangione fought with John MacArthur and Jimmy Swaggart. Yeah, people are dropping like flies today.
Yeah, well, when we get older, every from our youth, they're up there in age.
All right, so not a huge introduction because I took advantage of talking about Jethro Tull way back in our Dire Straits video. If you remember. And
So I did. I googled Beach Boys and Jethro Tull, and supposedly it said that he played the flute on one of their songs, but he wasn't acknowledged. Somebody who played the saxophone was acknowledged to play the flute too. So I don't know if that's true or not, because when you go to Wikipedia, it doesn't say it.
yeah. How many flute bands can you?
Yeah, there are a lot of songs with flutes on it.
Yeah.
Marshall Tucker Band has a flute at the beginning of one of the
That's
songs.
right.
Stairway to Heaven, right? Yeah.
Oh, is that a flute?
That's,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, you're right. Men at Work, famously.
Yeah.
Chicago and Hard Habit to Break. I don't know that I can list as many. You might only have a top 5.
Yeah, and Jethro Tull doesn't have a flute in every song. Like Steel Monkey does not have a flute in it.
Right.
Far on the Freeway does. Aqualung, I don't think does either.
Yeah. And he kind of played rhythm guitar.
Yeah, well, but he gave that for the flute because he wanted to be different. That's why he picked the flute.
He's different.
Yes.
When even in the 80s, he had to change his look because your 70s look doesn't fly in the 80s. Okay, did you know that Jethro Tull was a real person?
Yeah, what did he invent?
The seed drill.
Seed drill, right.
Yeah, something that apparently parted the dirt.
And the reason that stuck is because when they were a different name every week when they played the same clubs. So I guess people would think it's something different. But there was a producer there, right, that saw them, and that's why that name stuck.
And that is it's an unusual name. It fits. It sounds more like a band than a guy from the past. But it was an agriculturalist. If you're going to take a name from somebody in the past, take it from somebody who's not that famous.
Yeah.
Like, you can't name your band Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
It's got to be some...
Jethro. Now, the name Jethro, nobody's ever named Jethro anymore.
Yeah.
The only Jethro we would know
is the
Beverly
Hills.
Hillbillies. It's not the main guy. It's his son, right? Or is it a cousin? I know.
No, Jethro is the... isn't it? Jeb?
Jeb, yeah.
Is the son?
This is a story about a man named Jeb. Yeah. That's
okay.
Or Jed.
Okay, so Jethro is the son.
Jethro's son.
Gotcha.
And Granny, we don't even know her name.
And we just did Paul Simon recently too.
Yeah.
Metallica took their quote. Did you read that?
What quote?
Okay, so in Dire Straits, I was making mention that Crest of a Knave was being. Metallica
could have won Best Album of the Year instead of Crest of a Knave. Got Grammy for it.
Listen, back on our Dire Straits video, people were accusing Jethro Tull of sounding like Dire Straits.
Okay.
Because it didn't sound like a Jethro Tull album. But he had problems with his voice, so it was changing. So a lot of songs do sound like Dire Straits songs.
I was going to say that because I didn't read that. I was thinking that when I was listening to him. Like, the only band I could think that they sound like is Dire Straits. Yeah.
Right. Yes. So, but I'm sure that it was his voice was changing. And none of the albums do sound like that. So, to me, I like that it beat Metallica because it was a better album than Metallica, the one and Justice for All. The problem being, that it was in the heavy metal category.
Okay.
And Jethro Tull is not heavy metal,
No,
right?
not.
But then they put a flute on a pile of metal and says the flute is a heavy metal instrument. Well, is that true? Come on, you've held a flute. Is it that heavy?
I didn't play the flute.
I mean, I know, but I don't know that it's that heavy. Now, piccolo for sure is not because it's smaller than a flute.
Right.
But anyways, but Metallica did win a Grammy eventually with their self-titled album, which has all the famous songs that played. So, but they used Paul Simon's quote, or no, Paul Simon's quote, because he won a Grammy for a year that Stevie Wonder.
Oh, and he said thanks Stevie Wonder for
not putting out an album.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Metallica said the same thing after they won theirs because they lost to Jethro Tull. Now the thing is, Jethro Tull did put an album out that year.
Okay.
Just didn't have any hits on it, so they lied.
Yeah, they put an album out every year in the 70s.
Yeah. Not really mainstream. It's almost like they're not Rush. They're progressive.
So we held up Ian Anderson's death for at least a week because we went instead of 2 weeks, we went 3 weeks.
Yeah. Sorry, Ozzy.
But Ian, okay, so the thing about Ian Anderson is that's interesting is that his son-in-law is Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead.
Really?
He played Rick Grimes.
Yes, the main character. Okay, I did not know that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And some people know him from
Yes.
Love Actually. I think he was the one that had the signs when he's trying to talk to a woman. But he didn't really talk to her then, did he?
I would tell you, the only other interesting thing about Ian Anderson is that when he plays his instrument, he has to lift his leg up like a stork.
Yeah, I heard
Don't
he does.
understand
I heard
that.
he does that. That's what they put on some of the albums, even. They have
Right. And some of those pictures, a lot of them are drawings.
Yeah.
They look like it's him.
Yeah.
He says it's of a homeless guy on that one, but it looks like him.
Well, Aqualung, they have a picture of it's like a homeless guy on a bench with a trench coat on. And that looks like a child molester. Yes. I don't know, but that's what that's about. But just reminds me of that.
But
Yeah, that one line where he talks about snot running down his nose, shabby clothes, and like, ew, get rid of that line out of that song.
Yeah, but that's why he wasn't on the radio. Okay, so that's all I have. So let's go ahead and get to our top 10 already. All right, the honorable mention does come from the album that came after Crest of a Knave, which I couldn't tell you what it is. I
forgot the name of the album.
They had so many albums, and they're, the only thing interesting to me about the albums is the covers. They at least had unique covers, similar to if you go back and look at Iron Maiden's covers, even Ozzy Osbourne's covers. The designs on the album art was neat, and so Jethro Tull's no different.
Yeah.
Musically, though, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing about the Crest of a Knave, I like it. That's interesting because Jethro is huge, and it says what Tull. You can barely read it.
Now, what is a knave?
I don't know.
I didn't look. I would imagine it has to do with something on a shield, because that's what it looks like. Okay, so the honorable mention comes from you. Only one honorable mention. Means I got it right. And I did like this song. I think this was my number 11, so it just missed. And that's Kissing Willie.
Oh, okay, that's not a big hit, so.
Yeah. So, it was a good song.
Well, there is another one. This wasn't even on the list, but Thick as a Brick is not even on our list. Even though some people are like, oh, that's it. There's a whole album, right? It's a concept album.
Yes.
Basically, one 40-minute song broke up into...
That's like Rush putting out a part of their four-parter of 2112 and saying, hey, that's our single. Which part?
Yeah, but Thick as... It was... So, the only thing I know about it is when it was on the Greatest Hits, they had an edit. And it was like 3.5 minutes long. That's what I know, because they had their Greatest Hits.
But, no, don't kiss Willie. What you should do is Free Willy. You know what you could call that whale too?
What?
Wet Willy. He's in the ocean.
Whatever.
Okay. Number 10. And that is the well-known song Minstrel in the Gallery.
That's not at all.
From the same album title, I believe. I put this at number 10. You had it at 11, so this is our switch. So, you know what? I probably did have Kissing Willie down further. I probably have it at 12 because I had the Whistler up there.
Okay.
Yeah. He apparently whistled too. Flute and whistling. Minstrel in the Gallery, and it starts just like you think it would. Like a minstrel playing an instrument.
Yeah.
You know, what's the difference between a minstrel and a balladeer? You know, when
I don't know.
When musical artists are in a movie, they're called a balladeer.
Right, they're probably the same thing.
Same thing. But it does pick up
another name.
after it gets past his.
I got a lot of songs that do that. Aqualung picks up,
and then it's mainly no more singing.
Farm on the Freeway picks up.
No more singing and just all music. So that's why it is up there. Next, and it is a long song, but the artwork is exactly what you think too. It's this. It's like if you went to a theater playing a Shakespeare play.
Right. I think like there's probably marionettes around.
Maybe. All right, number 9. Both of us have this at 9. Coming from an album called Broadsword and Something Else, and I can't think of what the something else is, but it's that guy holding the sword this. Yeah, neat cover. Not great. They just hit the 80s on this one. It's Fallen on Hard Times. Both of us have this at number 9. But it does sound like an 80s song, so they were changing their musical style. And this another song that could apply to today. Well, could have applied to the last 4 years.
Do you fall on hard times though?
Well, yes.
I know it's a phrase.
Yes,
fall
on hard times.
Get up.
Not that easy. Anyways, this year not so much. We're getting into better times, so we don't relate as much. But the last 4 years we were in hard times.
Yeah.
Number 8, coming from War Child. Don't send your children to war.
Maybe it was a child.
Although they do
born
send
during war.
They do send children to war.
I'm saying, you know, World War II is during this and this. If you were born in that time, maybe you're called a war child.
I guess it depends how you're looking at it. The people, because they do have. Was it 16 you were allowed to go fight?
Okay.
Alright, so you're a war child. That's very young to go fight. But you're right. They go off to war. The mother has the kid,
Yeah.
and then the father dies. So you're a war child. Anyways, I have this at 8. You have it at 5, and that is Bungle in the Jungle. Believe it or not, this is one of only 2 songs that were in the top 40. Yeah. And again, it's not.
He just wanted to make all those rhymes. Well, I mean, like Bungle and Jungle figures, but no, like he wanted to make the pictures where I'm a tiger, or what's the other? He's the snake. I'm animals, so it's like a jungle.
Yeah, but
Bungle sounds
doesn't make sense. Yeah. It's like Frank Drebin went into a jungle.
Yeah, because Bungle sounds like you're messing it up.
Yes,
right?
you're an idiot and you find yourself in the jungle. Okay, anyways. So that's our number 8. Number 7, coming from the same self-titled album. Both of us have this at 6. It's Living in the Past, and this would be the other one.
This is like his first, I think their first hit.
I don't know if it was their first known. Yeah, I would say this is. Would this have been the first time we probably heard them?
And I watched it live. It was pretty good when he goes.
Yeah, no, and again, he
they were showing
the flute.
No, but they're showing the bass player and the drums. And
yeah,
really musically pretty good. It's like.
Right. Yeah, and I do remember this one.
Right.
Now, aren't you thankful that we don't live in the past? I mean, the immediate past. Maybe I don't want to live back before. It's 90 degrees out. Does anybody want?
Doc Brown tried to live in the past, but Marty wouldn't let him.
Indiana Jones wanted to live in the past.
Yeah, that's right.
Dial of Destiny.
Yes.
It's a no-no. Then you change history and everything screws up.
The Simpsons, remember, he went in the past.
Killed a butterfly.
He killed one thing, and he's like, they went back to the future, and he's like, I want a donut. Donut, what's that? And he's like, no! And then they look outside and it's raining donuts. He should have just waited a little longer.
And then he finally gets to something where they have long tongues and everything else is the same. He's like, close enough or something like that. All right, number 6, coming from another self-titled album, the song Aqualung, which we already made mention to a couple times. My number 5, your number 7.
Greasy fingers, that's what I was trying to think of the words just before Shabby Clothes. Greasy fingers.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so, man, you ever met somebody with greasy fingers? Hey!
Shake their hands. Sweaty. I'd rather
sweaty, but greasy.
Yeah, you don't want sweaty. You can wipe it on your clothes. Greasy, you wipe it on your clothes. Now you're not gonna get that out.
I've known people with greasy hair. They're like, I can't do anything about it. And they'll go wash it and come back and it's greasy like in an hour. It's like they can't. There's nothing they can do about it.
You ever met anybody that had an aqua lung?
Of course,
they're talking to you in water.
Back in the 70s, they made it greasy on purpose.
Made what?
Greasy hair on purpose.
Oh yeah. We're not even why are you on Grease? The song's not Grease. It's Aqualung.
No, I know, but the line. I went on a rabbit trail.
Not even is it in this song?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Greasy fingers, where shall we close?
Hey Aqualung. Is it a person's name? Is that why they say Hey Aqualung?
The guy Aqualung, yes.
Okay. Now, would you rather have an Aqualung or an iron lung? That's that big contraption where people only see your head sticking out.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5. Getting to the good stuff. From our favorite album, we obviously would buy Crest of an Ape, correct?
Yes.
Although once you get past the first 3 songs, it takes a turn. Not as good.
I listened to a couple.
There are a few that are good. But the first 3 that were hits, obviously, are the best songs.
Was the third one Jumpstart?
So Jumpstart is our number 5.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. I put this at 3 because I put all 3 of the Crest of a Ape songs at the top. This is your number 8. And do they say that when you're in a race? I want to get a jump start. But nobody actually, you don't jump to get a start. You start running. Bang, run.
Well, and then when they go to steal a base in baseball, isn't that like you do yourself a head start? Head start.
Jump start. I don't know. Unless he's talking about your vehicle because it died. I need a jump start. Okay, but anyways, I do like the video. Have you seen the video of Jumpstart?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, they're playing at a restaurant or something, and the guitarist is wearing a completely white outfit.
Okay.
With a cowboy hat and everything. Anyways, at one point, when they start to get to the guitar solo part in the video, 20 other guys wearing the exact same outfit with guitars come up. Okay. And it looks like it's like when we played drums and all the drum sets in the front of the field. It's like that. 20 guys playing guitar up front. That would be neat if you couldn't figure out who the actual guitarist was once they're up there.
Right.
All right, number 4. Another one coming from Aqualung. So I guess that'd be the second best album?
Maybe.
And my number is
their biggest selling album.
Yes. My number 7, your number 3, and that is Locomotive Breath. So Aqualung and Locomotive, they're both...
I love how it starts with just a piano.
They're both long songs.
It just starts with a piano.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that part is... And it's neat because I think occasionally, I haven't heard it recently, these were still on the radio playing.
Yes. So, how do you have locomotive breath anyways?
Don't know. But you know what? You know, as somebody who's a really, the real hard smoker.
Yeah, what I was thinking was locomotives are run by coal. So if you smell, your breath smells like coal, maybe.
Yeah. But normally when it's cigarettes, though, you say that they smoke like a chimney. Not a locomotive, but I suppose.
Yeah, and great flute solo too. When
Yes.
it gets to yeah, that's really fast and
Yeah. So
I think it's maybe it's Aqualung where no, but there's one part. There's one song when he's playing. I think it's Aqualung where he goes. "Nuh." You hear that? Or I think that's Aqualung.
I think
he
it
does
is.
that.
I
No, because Aqualung, I said they didn't play the flute.
Shh.
They were wrong.
Hey.
Right. One of the songs, he actually speaks while he's playing the flute.
Right. Sort of like what was that guy who does the guitar with the
Peter Frampton.
Yeah. We like that.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, which you had to tell me was on the greatest hits because it was not listed.
And it's played on the radio.
I know it was not listed anywhere on the hits.
Right.
So I had to get you to tell me again. I remembered it. I'm like, oh, how did I forget this one? And both of us have this at number 4 from the Benefit album,
Right.
which was what, a compilation probably. And it's Teacher.
Do do
Yeah.
do, and then it gets faster at the end.
Yes,
right?
yes it does.
Hey man, what was that you saying?
And I'll tell you what, before I saw the video, I always thought that part where it goes, I thought that was him doing the with his mouth. But it's actually that instrument that does the.
And they even have the signature changes. You don't have like 4 and 4. It's not always that. Cause
Right.
Do 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 do. They skipped a little right there to get into the next verse.
And it is about somebody supposedly he knows. I forget who. Probably somebody who's his my boss. I'm going to talk about my boss now.
And you play drums. You probably like a. Right, that's some good drum parts in there.
I've probably never tried playing their songs on the drums. Now, I still will say I prefer Teacher from 38 Special. That's
This is one song
a
I
better
don't.
song.
I don't have it downloaded. I need to go get it still.
Oh, okay. Because you looked at the greatest hits?
Well, I must. When I got the greatest hits to download, it probably didn't have that song.
Oh,
on
okay.
it.
There are a few songs like that where you can't find them, even on Spotify. They're not there. All right, number 2, coming from Crest of a Knave. Which one is it?
Well,
We both have it at number 2. It's
Farm on the Freeway.
yes,
Okay, yeah, we need that
a long one.
Yeah.
Which I'll tell you what, it's close to being number 1 because it benefits from being so long.
Is it a farm on the freeway?
Yeah, how do you?
Or is it a
Yeah.
farm that becomes a freeway?
Yeah, no. You don't want your farm on the freeway because that'd be you'd be in Scotland.
Yeah, no,
And that's where you're driving and suddenly there's a guy trying to cross a million sheep across the road.
It does remind me of the joke that Stephen Wright talked about where he put his keys in his house and when he turned the door, the house started up, so he took it for a drive.
Yes.
And then he'd open the door and tell people, get out of my driveway.
Well, because they call it a driveway is where you drive, and a parking lot is where you park. And they say the freeway is like a parking lot.
Yeah.
You can just stop there. Yeah. Some of our words don't make sense, do they? But anyways, I do like the drum thing at the end.
Now, the joke was you drive in a park
Back to the
park in the
joke.
driveway.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You're right. Yeah, Stephen Wright had a lot of good jokes. All right, and you had his album too, right?
I did.
Wright?
Oh, yes, I did. I did have that one album.
Yes. Okay, so that leaves us to the number 1 song, which probably was our first visual of the band.
Yeah.
We probably heard their songs, but didn't know who Jethro Tull was until this came on MTV, even though it was 1987. From Crest of a Knave, both of us have his number 1, and that is Steel Monkey, which never ranked on the Billboard charts.
No.
But, and I'm guessing they're talking about construction workers.
Well, because
And
they
they
shut the
steal
building the
monkey.
entire time of the video.
Yeah.
Can you guess my name? Well, you are supposed to guess it straight. Maybe he is.
Are you a steel monkey? You got it. But, yeah.
Right, that would make sense of why it's called Steel Monkey, because they're building.
Yeah, and from the pictures of the past, like that famous one where
they're all having lunch and
none of them have straps on.
And they can easily fall
They're
off.
400 feet up.
They can easily fall to their
One
death.
of them could go, hey, push him off to his death if they wanted to.
Well, just the wind blowing, you'd think.
I know, yeah. You gotta really have some courage.
Well, they didn't have OSHA back then, obviously.
Anyways, yes. Yeah, you get a strap when you're up there. All right, so Steel Monkey was our number one thanks to MTV. But, it's still, we're not just saying that because of it. It's a cool song. Doesn't have a flute. But that beginning keyboard, did you watch him play the keyboard?
Yeah,
where it's good.
Yeah, it's, you know what, it's similar to, obviously.
Secret of My Success, yes. Same year it came out.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of interesting too. So, and again, Secret of My Success is one of my top 10s of the 80s. So I choose that one. But there you go. That's our top 10 of Jethro Tull. Actually,
an obscure band. Yep.
Didn't know we would actually do them because how obscure they were. Didn't realize they had actually that many hits to be able to do a top 10 with.
So it is interesting that our next band
will be the one they beat out for the Grammy.
Yes.
Metallica. So we'll see you then.
Bye.